So now we are going to understand few more terms like speciation. It is a transformation of the cycle by which a new species appear. As we have seen earlier cases of beetles, a new species were produced at last. Suppose we are talking about this green beetle, there certain variation occurs and that produces a green beetle. When this green beetle is taken up by the crow or some predator, but they are not eating up, they have just transferred it to an isolated island. Suppose only green beetle population, the initial population is of green beetle. So that will grow and forms a population of green beetle. So a new species is produced at last. Suppose we have talked about that blue beetles also, some elephant foot was there, and at last we have seen only a blue beetle population. So that will be a kind of natural selection or genetic drift. Now, these speciation or new species will develop due to two main phenomena, that is genetic drift and natural selection. Now we are going to understand the term that is the genetic drift. That means due to a certain condition, there is a certain gap between the genes that leads to make a new species. Suppose we have beetle that is green beetle, just move from one island. I have discussed this earlier that the predator moved that beetles into a new island that is isolated. So there is the only individual they are going to reproduce, a similar kind of individual will reproduce. So that effect is known as founder effect, in which one species is the founder of the whole population. So that is one example of genetic drift. Now I will give you example of humans also. Firstly, we have to understand there was one scientist, that is Charles Darwin. He saw a different peaks of bird in same island. So basically he saw that birds who are eating seed is having different beak. The birds who are eating insect is having different beaks, and the birds who are eating animals is having different beak. So he see the modification in the beak in the same island. So that there he bring this concept of modification or speciation of the species. So now we will discuss about this genetic drift in human. You have seen women or individuals in India. You have seen how their facial difference or facial features are very different when we are talk about American women or Chinese women. So basically this is due to we are reproducing in only in India. So we are like the marriages is only happen in a certain population. In India, it is in certain caste also, or certain religion also. But basically, when we are talking about a genetic drift, there is certain countries like we are having Indian countries is different, Chinese is different, USA is different. So basically, the people living in that area used to get married in the same area and producing the same individual. Suppose you see the people who are living in Antarctica and the people who are living in India. So the facial features and everything is too much different. So there is a certain genetic difference between the individual. We all are in same species like Homo sapiens, but a certain change in the genetic or genes or DNA will lead to the development of different facial or body features. Similar type one, I'm giving you one more example of genetic drift that is seen in ambushed children. So basically in ambushed population, this is a certain locality where people are not using technologies. They are like they are some isolated. They don't want to interact with outside world and all. So basically one syndrome has been observed in that population. That syndrome name is Ellis Van Creveld syndrome, commonly known as dwarfism syndrome, in which the population or the children is of shorter height. Number of fingers are six, as you can see over here the image. The children is having six fingers, the hands are shorter and all. So basically it's a type of genetic drift because they are isolated themselves in an area, not able to get married to outside their in locality or population. So that's why this syndrome develops, that leads to a genetic drift. That means the genes of that population is different from ours. Now I will give you example of natural selection. As this example I have discussed it earlier, like in African population, malaria was a very deadly disease. It's very common over there. So certain change in the DNA that makes a produce of RBC as a sickle shape, as you can see over here, sickle shape. and this is a normal shape RBC, that is the red blood cell. So that like this change will help that population to survive against malaria. So it's a natural selection over there. We can see this type of population, certain change in the DNA will lead to certain type of cell structure. So that will help that population to survive. So this is an example of natural selection that will lead to develop a new species of different genes. Now we will discuss about what is evolutionary relationship. In this we have two type of organs. The first is the homologous organ, the next we have analogous organ. In homologous organs, as we have example over here, that is human, dog, frog and lizard. The four limbs are here. As we see for human, the anatomy of this, the name of this bone is humerus, radius, ulna. We have carpals, metacarpal, phalanges. The structure of bone is same, the origin is same, but the function is different. Homo means same, homologous means same origin, but different function. So basically what you said, the basic structure of limb is similar, so it has been modified to perform different function. For human, this hand is used for eating or doing basic activity. For dog, this hand is only for walking and all. For frog, we have this for jumping. For lizard, like different function. So basically, when we are talking about homologous organs, we have same origin but different function. When we are talking about analogous organs, as you can see over here, bat is a mammal. That means mammals, they have all the characteristics of mammals, and birds is in apes, like it has a characteristics of all the birds. So basically the wings of bird, the bat with the four limbs of bat is used for flying. The wings of bird is used for flying, but the origin of these two are totally different. So analogous means different origin but same function. So that's an evolutionary relationship. When we discuss about, when we have seen the anatomy, how these are made, what from where, from which class, from which family, or from which kingdom or phylum these are belonging. When we discuss that, we came to know there's a relationship between the structures. So certain adaptation has been observed for this. Suppose bats, penguins. Penguins are also bird, but they are not able to fly because they have developed their wings for swimming. So that means उनका खाना उनको पानी से लेना था. अंटार्कटिका में वो रहते हैं ठंडक में, वहां पे वो उड़ने के अच्छा उनको तैरना उनकी बॉडी के लिए सूटेबल रहा, तो उन्होंने मॉडिफिकेशन करा अपने ऑर्गन्स में. अब उनका होमोलोगस ऑर्गन का कैसा होगा, बर्ड्स की जो विंग्स होती है वो उनको फ्लाई करती है, बट पेंगुइन भी एक बर्ड है लेकिन उनकी विंग्स उनको स्विम में हेल्प करती है. सो यही होता है, अगर सेम ओरिजिन है डिफरेंट फंक्शन है, दैट मीन्स वो आपका होमोलोगस ऑर्गन हो गया. अगर आपका डिफरेंट ओरिजिन है सेम फंक्शन है, दैट मीन्स वो आपका एनालोगस ऑर्गन हो गया.